Animation in Japan is on a whole other level to the rest of the world. Whereas for most cultures, the medium is primarily aimed towards younger audiences, in Japan, animation covers about any topic you can think of. From kukuri and sports dramas to shonen anime aimed at teens, wading through the thousands of anime series which have been made over the last few decades can be something of a minefield. Discovering the real gems isn't made any easier by the fact that some series have been running for many seasons, so it's always good to be doubly sure it'll be worth your time before dipping in. Inevitably, when putting together a list such as this, there'll be plenty of great series which fall by the wayside. Here's looking at you, Dragon Ball Z. But if we're getting serious about this, only 10 can remain. I'm Scott from OurCulture.com, and these are the 10 best anime TV series of all time. Number 10, Bleach. While Bleach occasionally suffers from the same problem as other long-running anime series, namely the curse of the fillers, it makes up for it with long stretches of tightly told, energetically paced storytelling. It's not just the storytelling which makes Bleach so much fun, but the way in which this works towards building a convincing world full of unique characters. The tale of teenager Ichigo Kurosaki and his encounters with the ghostly realm of the Soul Society is one of the greatest holy shit they've powered up again anime series of all time. Not least on account of Ichigo himself, surely one of the most likable protagonists in anime history. As with anime like Naruto, protracted battles are often the order of the day on Bleach, but when they're this exciting and the characters are this cool, you can just sit back and watch the episodes fly by without really noticing. Number 9, Monster. Adapted from the manga by Naoki Urasawa, Monster is not just one of the best animated serial killer stories of all time, but one of the best in any medium. Every frame of animation in Masayuki Kojima's adaptation oozed brooding atmosphere. It is as effective as pretty much any film noir you can think of, and equally as adept at weaving a complex plot whilst keeping together all the strands within grasp of the audience. Deserving of all the huge amount of critical acclaim which was heaped upon it at release, Monster is an often chilling and completely engrossing thriller which leaves an effectively unsettling aftertaste. Number 8, Samurai Champloo. If you're looking for some of the most fluid and stylish animated sword fighting in the history of anime, then look no further than Shinichiro Watanabe's classic series Samurai Champloo. Following the adventures of wandering swordsman Jin and Fu, alongside the young girl whom they accompany on their quest to discover a samurai who smells of sunflowers, just go with it. Samurai Champloo's fusion of martial arts action, traditional Japanese codes of honor, and a wonderful hip-hop soundtrack make this a true classic. As is often the case with a truly exceptional anime series, the only downside to Samurai Champloo is that it only ran for a single season. As we'll see later, this is a problem shared by other great series also directed by Watanabe. Number 7, Paranoia Agent. Satoshi Kon's death in 2010 marked the loss of one of Japan's greatest directors. His films, including Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, and Paprika, were masterpieces in their own right. Kon's foray into television was as impressive as his big screen outings, and Paranoia Agent shares much in common with his movies. The uncertainty of identity, the herd mentality of society at large, and the psychological workings of a killer. Blending the line between truth and fiction in a similar way to the merging of dreams and reality in Paprika, Paranoia Agent is an engrossing mystery thriller, with Kon's trademark surrealism seeping through each frame. Number 6, The Tatami Galaxy. Masaaki Yuasa, one of the best animators responsible for the mind-bending Mind Game, is equally known for his experimental style when working in television. It's evident right here in The Tatami Galaxy, perhaps his best work for the small screen. After meeting a man claiming to be a god, college student Watashi reflects on his desire for the perfect campus life. As the first episode ends in his failure to ask out a classmate Akashi, he suddenly finds himself hurled back through time to the beginning of his life on campus, a pattern which repeats throughout the series. The nods to Groundhog Day are clear, although a key difference being that Watashi isn't aware of his time loop. The Tatami Galaxy is a unique take on campus life anime, sometimes surreal, frequently funny, and ultimately a touching story which resonates with anyone who dreams of an idealized youth. Number 5, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Mecha anime has been around for decades, with classic series like Macross and Gundam popularizing the format, and Pacific Rim demonstrating that giant robots are just as popular in the West as they are in Japan. I mean, look, just who doesn't like giant robots? Neon Genesis Evangelion not only masters mecha anime, but also goes several steps further in its contribution to animation itself. Not content with deconstructing the tenets of the genre, it also offers some mind-bogglingly complex psychological ideas amidst the beautifully observed character development. It also becomes increasingly bonkers as the story develops, swerving into a weird zone of religious symbolism and Jungian psychology, guaranteed to have most viewers scratching their heads and wondering what the f*** it was they just saw. Number 4, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Sometimes an anime series comes along and offers up the perfect package. Cool characters, exciting fight scenes, a great visual style, and most importantly, an engaging story with plenty of twists and turns. Few series draw all of these elements together as effectively as Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Adhering to the original manga plot more closely than the first Full Metal Alchemist series, Brotherhood follows Edward and Alphonse Eric as they attempt to uncover the secret of the Philosopher's Stone and perfect human transmutation, whilst also working on cases in their capacity as state State Alchemists. One of the highest rated anime series of all time, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's perfect blend of action, melodrama, and comedy make it perfect for lengthy binge watch sessions. Number 3, One Piece. It's not surprising that One Piece, adapted from the best-selling manga in history by Ichiro Oda, has lasted for over 700 episodes since it first started broadcasting in 1999. Nothing else manages to pull off rich and detailed world building on this scale. Following the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy and his band of pirates, some of whom have special abilities conferred on them after eating devil fruit, One Piece's universe is a constantly expanding world of insane fights, shifting allegiances, and plenty of slapstick humor. It's also capable of veering into intense drama, with some real what the f*** moments scattered throughout. Take any of the story arcs from One Piece and you'll find as much action, character development, and engrossing storytelling as most series manage throughout their entire run. Number 2, FLCL. At the time of its release back in 2001, FLCL, otherwise known as Fooly Cooly, was met with a mixed reaction from anime fans. The reason why becomes clear when you begin the first episode and realize that this is going to be a very, very strange experience. FLCL certainly is more than a little bonkers, but get used to the rapid pace and unusual plot, and it soon becomes clear that this is a piece of work which was way ahead of its time. Pop culture nods are made with a real sense of humor as young boy Naota comes to terms with his ability to spew giant robots from out of his forehead. Yes, really. The animation is ultra stylish, and if there's anything to complain about, it's that the series didn't go on for longer. Sadly, it's only 6 episodes long. Number 1, Cowboy Bebop. With live-action remakes of Ghost in the Shell and Alita Battle Angel, there's a good chance that Hollywood will continue to turn to anime for inspiration going forward. I mean, hey, we might even get that long-awaited Akira remake. If this does become a trend, then Cowboy Bebop is a perfect candidate. With a wonderfully eclectic jazz and blues score from Yoko Kanno and many visual references to Western genre cinema throughout, Cowboy Bebop has a continental flavor which makes it wholly distinct from other anime. While director Shinichiro Watanabe toys with horror, westerns, and other genres to great effect, the overarching storyline as bounty hunter Spike Spiegel's crime syndicate past catches up with him is a powerful and elegiac futuristic noir. Put simply, Cowboy Bebop is an animated masterpiece, an effortlessly crafted celebration of science fiction, action, and drama storytelling featuring some of the coolest characters ever created. Even if you have only a passing interest in anime, this is essential viewing.
Well done, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Now, I'm not just here to increase our market share with women aged 18 to 35, but to tell you to watch one of these other videos we've made that are probably quite good. So, go on. Off you. That one or that one. They're both good. There you go.